Welcome to PA Timber Ghost 2. Very lovely fall day. It's very windy on top of the mountain up here, and currently I'm sitting in State Game Lands 222. I'm on the top of the ridge, and at the end of the video I'll turn the camera around. 222 is also over on the right hand side here, and Devils Hole was down to the left. So currently I'm at the top. I have some ravens following me around in the background, squawking at me. They must think I have something to eat, or I'm a source of food. Hopefully the wind in the background's not too bad. You hear them squawking up there at me. They're getting closer and closer. This is a very interesting state game lands, and I don't think you'll ever find another area like this. I hear a fire whistle going off in the back. This area is like its own ecosystem, and it's changed a lot over the years. This area used to be choked with a lot of heavy hemlocks. The rhododendrons are still here, and an unlimited food source. The oaks in here are mostly red oak, and there were some white oaks at the bottom of the mountain. I am not sure what's going on up there. These ravens are squawking at me. Maybe they think I'm a predator. This area was dominated by old growth hemlocks and red oaks and white oaks. The dominant tree back here would be a white oak, and basically there was tons and tons of hard mass that would come down every year. An acorn is a nut, and it's very acidic, and once you peel the bark off of it, there's actually a nut inside. It kind of looks like a giant macadamia nut, and an acorn is about 50 to 60% fat. Bears eat them, turkeys eat them, and deer eat them. The deer that I've taken in this area were always full of acorns and corn. They would go down in the valley, eat the corn at night, and then come back up through the day and munch on some acorns all day. The turkeys I shot back here, they were always full of acorns also. The one turkey I actually counted the acorns. There was 25 of them in its stomach. And you can always see where the bear are eating acorns too, because they leave a telltale sign of large piles of scat behind. An unlimited food supply of red and white oaks. So this area used to be overrun with turkeys, bear, and deer at one time. Before the front of this was logged out, and it started to change. The front side of Devils Hole, where we used to come up, there used to be a trail where the house is. And we would park at the bottom and walk up that trail, and go up over the top of the mountain, and then climb down the other side and follow the ravine back into the end. And from there we would hike back into our hunting spots. It was always tough climbing up that hill, but it was very thick. The first change came when this area was logged out by the previous property owner, and they logged this out over summertime. So when we came back in the fall, there was a lot of roads cut in here, skidder roads where they could pull the logs out. And they basically devastated the front end of the ravine. And after that, part of the ravine was sold, and now there's a house out front, so we couldn't go up that way. So then we started coming up the other side where the longer road was, and we walked back down the other side and then back on our hunting spot. Logging road is very steep, but it's still much easier than coming up the front of the mountain where the parking lot is. I came up 1,200 feet and 0.6 miles. So that's a heck of a climb. So definitely this is a very interesting area. So what happened when they logged out the front of the area out here? The hundreds of turkeys that used to roost on the front down here, they vanished. All the deer that used to lay in there on both sides of the hill and the ridge, they all vanished. And will that area ever go back? I believe that was logged out in the 90s, and I don't know if it'll ever grow back. Oak trees take about 30 years to become productive again. So if you have an oak tree that's about 30 inches in diameter, it's about 40 or 50 years old. And that front will never go back in my lifetime. The logging in the front area here, that relocated all the turkeys and the deer and the bear. Anytime you came back into the ravine before that area was logged, you could see 20, 30, 40, 50 deer at a time eating the acorns on the top of the ridges in the south side of the mountain here. So it relocated all the wildlife in there. So I would definitely say if you log an area out, it will change the habitat, and the animals will leave that area because you remove the food source. So logging does change an area, sometimes for the better, but most of the times for the worst. If it is a controlled harvest is definitely beneficial to the environment if it's done in a professional manner and it's not a clear cut. And you do leave a lot of trees behind and only take out certain age trees. Kind of like a slot limit for fish. There are some lakes out west that have slot sizes for fish. You can only remove a certain size, that way the species can keep reproducing. And I definitely think that should be enforced in Pennsylvania. As far as logging, second change in Devil's Hole would be an invasive species called the woolly algid. And basically what they do is they attack the hemlocks. They get a branch, pull a branch off here. Second change in Devil's Hole would be a woolly algid back in the ravine. It used to be so thick back in the ravine on the left hand side that the sunlight couldn't get through the hemlocks till about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And you would get about 2 hours of sunlight, and then it was pitch dark again. And that's how thick the hemlocks used to be in here. There were hemlocks back there that I could never get my arms around. Some of them are 6 or 8 feet in diameter. When the woolly algid struck this area, a lot of these hemlocks died and they fell over. They've been gone for quite a few years now. But basically what will happen is the woolly algid will lay eggs in here, and you'll get like little white. The woolly algid will lay eggs in the hemlock, and you'll see like a little white spots. There are white spots on this also that's on the bottom. So there are some woolly algids on this. And what they do is the larvae will suck the needles dry, which in turn will kill the tree over a period of time. I'm not sure how long it takes to kill a hemlock, but most of the hemlocks back here are gone. So that was another change to the area. Other changes that I think have affected this area, COVID would be one of them. The year that COVID struck, which would be 2 years ago, this place probably got invaded by hunters. So there are many more posted signs. Every year I come up here, I see more posted signs. Currently, Cold Run Road is posted almost all the way up to the hunting cabins. Many years ago, up behind the driving range, there used to be a propagation area, and these cornfields up there used to be covered in turkeys. When I was growing up, we would come up here over the summer. We would buy some balls at the driving range over there and hit some golf balls down over the side of the hill there. And we would watch the deer and a flock of turkeys out in that field, milling around out there for looking for something to eat. But currently our turkey population is crashing, and our deer population is crashing. That'll be another video. Definitely a lot of different things going on up here. The houses in the field up around Heisler's, they never used to be there. The one road up there that used to be a gravel road, it would only go back about a half a mile and then it would stop. So definitely not the way it was when I was growing up and we were coming up here. How has your hunting areas changed over the years? Have antler restrictions actually helped the area that you're in, or do you think they've made it worse? And where do you think the turkey population is going? Are you seeing more or less turkeys? And the grouse? Pretty much every game animal in Pennsylvania has issues now. They're all in trouble with some kind of disease or another. Let me know how you feel about that. Hopefully you enjoyed this short video. And, it's very beautiful up here today. Let's turn the camera on the other side of the mountain here. Over on top of there, I used to hunt up on that side too. We used to park at the bottom over here behind the front of the hunting camps and go up sideways and hunt the whole front side of that, almost all the way up to Heisler's. We used to walk that ridge all the way up and across. And, spent a lot of years of my life hunting this area in Schuylkill County. I hunted both sides with muzzleloader, arch equipment, and rifle. I actually believe hunting is taking a turn for the worst as far as deer population. Our turkey numbers are crashing, our grouse numbers are crashing. Global warming is having its effect on the environment, and there will be some other videos about that. Thanks for watching PA Timber Gifts today. Hopefully you enjoyed this short video. Like, share, and subscribe. Hit that subscribe button, it always helps the channel. Check out the community page. I'll have some pictures there, some surveys on there. You can tell me what you think, and based on some of the comments I get, that'll tell me what kind of videos, that'll tell me where my videos need to go, what you want to see. And I've been hunting a long time, hunted a lot of areas, and talked to a lot of hunters. Most of our hunting knowledge comes from the older generation. Hopefully this series of videos, PA Timber Gifts 2, will make you a better hunter, and talk about some environmental issues, things that need to be addressed. Keeping the hunting community involved and moving into the future. Who knows where the hunting community is going to go in the future as far as wildlife. As always, like, share, and subscribe. Hit that subscribe button, it always helps the channel. And if you're new to PA Timber Ghost or PA Timber Ghost 2, welcome to the family. Comments are always welcome. If you want to talk about any issues, hit that comments button and fill it out, and I'll get back to you. Thanks for watching PA Timber Ghost, and we'll see you on the next video.